Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica. This is my new knitting channel, well, new-ish, called Worsted Witch, dedicated to all things knitting and all of my adventures. And this is going to be, I believe, episode 6 of my very crazy Vlogtober series, in which I am documenting my progress with this year's Stephen West mystery knit-along called Shawlography. And I am also adding the Spooky Sock Make-Along, hosted by, I believe, Moonglow Yarn Co and Natalie from Knitty Natty. So let me go ahead and get started. I have not recorded in a couple of days, more like 3 days, and I apologize for that. I haven't shared any progress on Instagram either because, truth be told, I actually just don't have a lot of progress to show. But I do have some, so I'll go ahead and share with you where I'm at. Today is Friday. I believe it's September. No, it's not September. Oh my God. It's October. It's October 22nd, I think. I don't know, whatever. It's about 3:50 p.m. So apologies for the lighting right now, but yeah. So anyway, let me go ahead and share with you the progress that I have. The last time I left you all, I had finished section, let me see, 5, 6, 7, section 7. Yeah, I had finished section 7 of the Shawlography mystery knit-along, which is include number 2, and I still had 2 more sections to complete. Well, I finished section 8, which are your baubles. Did not take me very long. It took me about, I don't know, an hour to do the baubles, and then I moved on to section 9, which is called short row wedges, or just short rows. Maybe they're just called short rows. Anyway, it looks sort of like a wedge, the way that it comes out of the shawl. I have not finished section 9 yet. It is Friday. Clue number 3 did come out today, but I still haven't finished clue number 2 yet. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. But like I said, I'm not really disappointed in that. I'm kind of still just embracing my pace with this whole thing, and it's fine. It's fine if I haven't finished clue number 2 until clue number 3 comes out. There was a ton of knitting in clue number 2. So for all of you guys out there like me who just have not finished it yet, I'm with you. I am with you guys. I haven't finished it yet. I'm actually still on the first short row wedge thing. So let me show you. Disclaimer, these videos are intended to share my progress. So I will be showing the Shawlography mystery knit-along, and I will be showing my spooky socks. So if you don't want to see those projects, maybe skip ahead or skip this video and watch it at a later time. So okay, so let me go ahead and share with you my progress. Okay, yet again, I don't have my knitting on stoppers. Like, I don't know why I can't do that. I don't know what my problem is. Anyway, okay. So here's where, actually I'll just show you one side because I only have one side sort of done. So let me just show you one side of this thing instead of trying to do the whole thing to show you. Okay, so here is the Shawlography mystery knit-along. So the last time I left you, I had just finished these triangle sections in section 7. And I did put that dark purple into the section 7 again, which is my 6th color of my palette here. My favorite color, actually. Love that dark purple. Anyway, and then I finished these baubles in color A, which for me is this really light neon green here, and then moved on to section 9, which are these short row wedges things. Wedges. Gosh, I can't even talk. So if you can see, they kind of look like wedges because they start out way over here and they kind of do this like thing, this triangle thing. So they do look a little like wedges, so short row wedge, I guess that's what I'm going to call it. For this section, I am using, not Clue, I was going to say I'm using Clue A and B. No, I'm using colors, I believe it's D and E. So for me, D and E, you can't really see it in this lighting, that's terrible. Okay, so D and E for me is this dark green color, obviously, which is gorgeous. And then it's also this light color here. This light color in the camera here and in this lighting, it just looks like gray, but it's actually like a, maybe you can see it better on the back side. It's actually like a light grayish green. It's called Matcha. It's by Madeline Tosh Twist Light. And it's got these like toffee colored speckled pieces in it, which are kind of cool. There. So yeah, so those are the two colors that I'm using for that section. Like I said, I'm still not done. I have only one side done. I only have the right side almost done, not even done. I almost have it almost done. So that's where I'm at right now. Clue number 2 consisted of oh, right here. Oh my gosh, that's not good. I shouldn't do that. It started right after these little yarn, I call them worms. So my little yarn worms, it started right after the yarn worms right here. And went from here and it's going all the way up here. So as you can see, there was just a ton of knitting in section 2. Clue 2. I can't talk today. Sorry. Clue 2, there was a ton of knitting in Clue 2, and I'm still not even finished with Clue number 2. So that's where we're at. The plan of action for this Shawlography, and I know Clue number 3 came out today. I have not looked at it because I just want to finish Clue 2 before I even look at Clue number 3. But yeah. So, but I know it came out today, but the plan of action is basically I need to finish up these short row wedges here. I'll probably finish up this wedge tonight. I'll probably do that tonight. And then I'm going to hopefully start working on the other side for the wedge for the other side, which is the left side. I'm going to hopefully start working on that tonight, but I do have some things to do tonight. Well, not some things. I just have one thing that I'm doing. I'm making dinner tonight. It is Friday night, so it is my turn to make dinner tonight. And I'm going to do that. So I'm actually going to do that right now. So I'm going to do dinner here, or start dinner here in about a half an hour. So I'm going to start dinner and then we're going to eat and then yeah, hopefully I can finish at least the one side and fingers crossed I get started on the other side. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I also, last time I talked to you guys, I talked about maybe starting up the spooky socks. I did receive my yarn from Moonglow Yarn Company for the spooky socks, which I purchased the Haunted Rose yarn sock set, which is this, I'll just show you. It's this beautiful brownish color. It's sort of like a browny mauve, and this lighting is terrible. I'm so sorry. You can't really see it very well, but it's like this beautiful brown kind of mauvey color. It's got a few mauvey pieces in it, but it's brown for sure. So it's like a darker brown. It comes with that brown color, and you can get this in the 50 grams, but I actually got this in 100 grams. So there was 100 grams of this dark brown color, and then it comes with 5 different contrasting colors in, I believe, 50 grams each. So you get these 5 colors here. And I apologize, I don't remember the names of any of these colors. I will look that information up and put it in the description below. But yeah, it comes with these 5 contrasting colors here. So you've got your 2 pinks, you've got your orange, you've got your sort of ecru white, and then you've got your like beigey color there. So it came with these contrasting colors. And I believe the whole thing with the spooky socks is you really just pick a pattern that you want to knit for socks and do that pattern. There was a pattern, I think it was called Color Palette Socks. I don't know the name of the designer who made those socks. Again, I'll look it up, put it in the description below. But that one came out in conjunction with this spooky sock thing. However, I decided not to knit that. And I really just wanted like Halloween-y socks. So I decided to go with a sock pattern actually called Spooky Socks. They're called Spooky Socks. And I think the designer's name is Kristen Lehrer, something like that. I don't know. Again, I'll put the information in the description below. So sorry that I don't have that information off the top of my head. But I decided to go with her pattern. And her pattern is really just, it looks like it's just like a sort of vanilla sock with different cool little fun little patterns on it. So let me go ahead and show you where I'm at with this. And mind you, I've never knit socks before. Well, that's so weird to say because I've been knitting for 12 years and I've never knit a pair of socks. That's weird. Anyway, here are my spooky socks so far. So these socks start from the toe up and they go, yeah, they're toe up socks essentially. So you do the Judy's Magic cast on here, which I learned how to do. That was a new technique for me. I have never knit socks before, so I've never had to use that cast on. And oh my gosh, I loved it. It was so cool. Like, I don't know who, I think it's Judy's Magic cast on. I don't know who Judy is, but I think I looked up in a book that she was based in Portland, Oregon or somewhere like that. Anyway, she's amazing. That's an awesome cast on because, to be honest, I'm not really a fan of Kitchener stitch. I can never remember which way it's supposed to go, and so I'm not really a fan of it. So to do vanilla socks like from the top down to the toe was a little bit intimidating, and I felt like, oh, I don't want to have to Kitchener stitch a toe, you know? And so I thought, well, let me look for a toe up pattern because I knew you could do it the toe up way, and I did. I found this awesome spooky sock and it is toe up, so I did do that Judy's Magic cast on there and it just turns out so seamless and amazing. Like, look at that. I mean, there's some little tiny holes in here, but you can patch that up once you're finished with the socks, but it's literally a tiny hole and that's it. But the rest of it is so good and it's so cool. I just loved it. Anyway, I had to mention that because it was just the coolest thing ever. Anyway, so here's my spooky socks, like I said. This pattern that I'm using is really customizable. So she's got all these really cool little designs here, like the cats I've done and the little ghosties I've done. There's also, right now I'm working on the candy corn, so I'm gonna have candy corns next. And then she also has like little skulls and you can do words, which I'll probably do. I think that's about it. Yeah. Anyway, really cool little designs that she has there in her pattern. And it's really customizable, like I said, so you could do whichever little designs you want, and you do it all the way up the sock. So this is where I'm at. I have my little ghosties. I have my little black cat, well, brown cats. For me, I have my little cats. And right now I am doing the candy corn. So I'm very excited about it. It's showing up quite well. I'm having a little bit of issue with the color work because I don't do color work very often. And I tend to knit kind of tight when I do color work. I'm a really loose knitter, like, not really loose. I'm not really loose, but I'm a looser knitter like normally. But with color work, for some reason, I just tend to be really tight. And I don't know what that's about. But like these little loops in the back right here, you can't really see, but these little loops in the back right here where your yarn kind of like carries over, I just have a hard time like doing that, and so it gets it to be like really bunched up in places and really tight, and then I'll have to go back and like loosen it up. So I'm having some trouble with the color work there, but I think that's just a personal problem. I don't really know. Anyway, that's where I'm at on spooky socks. I'm definitely not going to finish these before Halloween, but whatever. I can wear spooky socks at any time I want to wear spooky socks. It's just like breakfast. You can have breakfast anytime you want. So yeah. So that is where I'm at. Plan of action tonight, like I said, is going to be finishing that short row wedge, or the first short row wedge, in the Shawlography Mystery Knit Along. Hopefully starting on the second short row wedge. I'm not going to pick up the socks today, but I'll probably pick them back up tomorrow, and we'll see how far I can get with that. If I have any updates, I'll share it with you. And then, yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go make dinner. I'll put a little footage in there for dinner because I thought that would be cool. I've done that a little tiny bit before, and I thought it would be something different. So you guys can see what I'm making. I'm making bangers and mash for English. Yes, I know. So that's what I'm making. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and do that now, and I'll see you guys in a... Bye! Hello. I am back again, and I just wanted to film a quick update. So I wanted to come on. Hopefully I'm looking at the camera. This is the second time I've done this, but I wanted to film a little bit of an update. So I've lied to you all. I said that apologies for the shaky camera. I don't have it on a tripod right now. I've lied to you all though, and I've said that I wasn't going to pick up my spooky sock this evening, but I did, and I made a bit of progress on these spooky socks, so I wanted to go ahead and share where I'm at with that. Let me show you. This is, so far, my spooky sock. And I did, I was down here when I left you all, and I did 2 sets of candy corns this evening. So I've done orange candy corns and pink candy corns. So that is where I'm at. I did put this little sock on my foot, and it fits my foot quite nicely, and I'm gonna get ready to break for the heel here, I think is what I do. I have to read the pattern because I've never done a sock before, like I said, but yeah, I think I break for the heel now because this is about 2 inches below the entire length of my foot. So it's, if I knit 2 more inches on the sock, then that would be the entire length of my foot, and because I want there to be a heel, we can't have that, I think. So that's what the pattern says. It says, well, it actually says to break about 2.5 inches before the length of my entire foot, but I did a few more rows than I should have, so it's about 2 inches, but that's okay. So I did try it on, and it does fit quite nicely, and so yeah, I think this is probably about 5.5, maybe 6 inches total. I do have tiny feet, so I wear about a size 6.5 in shoes. Sometimes I can get away with wearing a 6 or a 5.5 in women's size shoes, but yeah, so I do have small feet. But that's where I'm at on my spooky sock. I'm really loving it so far. It's it's a really quick knit, and it's just kind of fun to see all these little creations take shape. And I was thinking of adding one of my own, because like I said before, the pattern comes with a bunch of different fun little shapes and creations, but I noticed that it has like a jack-o'-lantern shape, but it doesn't have like a pumpkin, and I want a pumpkin, so I think I'm going to create my own. Actually, I might do a little bit of improv on this sock, so we'll see where I'm at, but I think I'm ready to break for the heel. I think I do about one more row and I'm ready for that, so we'll see what happens with that. These are the contrasting colors that I have for my sock, and I do want to weigh these out. I have 5 of them, and I think when they first came to me they were about 50 about 50 grams maybe each, and I just want to see, I'm dropping them. I just want to see where I'm at with these and what they're weighing in at, just to check how much I'm using for one sock, and hopefully I have enough for the second one. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, and so that's where I'm at with that. And then I did pick up the Shawlography, mysterying it along, obviously. I did finish that first wedge as well. I tried to stretch it out so that I could show you all what it's looking like, but I dropped stitches. I picked them back up, obviously, and it was not an issue because they hadn't unraveled or anything, but I don't want to drop stitches again, so I'm not going to pick it or stretch it out yet until I get them on a larger needle. But I did finish that short row wedge there. So I did finish that. I broke the colors here, and this is where I'm ending. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on the other side. So I just have to do that other side short row wedge. And then we can move on and we can get to the clue number 3 that did come out today that I still haven't looked at because I want to be surprised. Surprisingly, I haven't even looked at pictures, so that's fun. But yeah, so I'm just here, and I think I'll do a bit more knitting tonight because I'm watching Downton Abbey and I can't stop, because I mean, once you start, you can't stop, obviously. And I'm starting to sound very posh, and maybe I should stop. Anyway, the accents tend to, like, I pick up accents quite easily, and I tend to, like, especially if I'm watching something for a long time, or if I'm listening to somebody who has a thick accent talk for a long time, I start to sound like that person, and I need to stop, but I can't. It's very difficult. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. It is quite late though. It's about 11:56. It's almost midnight here in Washington State on Friday. It's about to be Saturday morning because it's going to be midnight, so maybe I should put the knitting down, but I do tend to stay up quite late, and that's a problem. But alas, it is not a problem that I am going to fix tonight, so I might as well do some more knitting. So yeah, so that's the update I just wanted to give you all. Dinner was delicious and it was amazing. So good. And this has been a very English evening. This is very weird. I've had bangers and mash for dinner. I've had tea. I've had biscuits. And now I'm watching Downton Abbey and I'm knitting. This is very weird. This is a very weird English evening that I'm having, but it's quite good. I like it. Anyway, lovely to see you all. I will check in probably tomorrow and share with you the progress that I made on the Shawlography. Hopefully I do finish this second wedge tomorrow. I don't anticipate it though, because for some reason the short row wedges are taking me a really long time, and I'm not sure why, but yeah, so I will check in tomorrow. Okay, have a lovely evening. Bye. Hi friends, I am back again. It is Saturday. It is Saturday, October 23rd, I want to say. I don't even know exactly what day it is. It's October 23rd, let's just say. Saturday. It's about 5 o'clock, about 5:15 right now. And I wanted to come on here and share the fact that I have finished, finally, clue number 2 of the Shawlography Mystery Knit-Along. So last night I had a very late night, as you could see from probably some footage that I had. I didn't get very far though with these. I had started the second short row wedge, but I didn't get very far. I only got like maybe about 6 rows in, so before I finally went to sleep. And then today, this morning, I picked it back up, and I didn't finish it until like just now, like about 5 o'clock. I finished the second clue. I finally finished the second short row wedge. It took me that long, and I know that I kind of misspoke, because the last video that I had, I said that I thought that I had done most of the knitting for clue number 2 already, but then I started with the short row wedges, and for some reason they just took me forever and a day, and I only just finished them. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. Now, I did put my knitting on some stoppers. So yay, proud moment. So here's the Shawlography Mystery Knit-Along so far. It's quite large, at least on my needles, and I can't stretch it out all the way. I don't know how people are doing that. Like, I see pictures on Instagram and Ravelry of people that have their Shawlography Mystery Knit-Alongs like all stretched out, and you can see it really well, and I just don't know how people do that. I mean, perhaps they have it on a bigger size circular needle, maybe like a 60-inch, but even then I don't know that mine would fit fully on there, that I could stretch it out very well. Anyway, this is the Shawlography so far. So I finished this wedge of the short row wedges. I still have these ends here that I'll probably leave in on the next row. And then on the other side, it's exactly the same, basically. So on the other side, I have this wedge here, which I think is that first wedge. So they're basically exactly the same. And I didn't have any problems with the wedges. They just took me forever, and I just don't know why, but it just took me the longest. In this lighting, you can see the colors better. I used colors, the pattern calls for using colors D and E. For me, color E is the dark green, color D is that sort of light matcha green color with the toffee speckled pieces in it. And it's really beautiful. Here's the back side where you can see the matcha color better. And yeah, I'm really liking it so far. I'm really liking how it's turning out. I'm really loving the color palette that I had put together. It's turning out quite nicely. So I can't wait to start on the next section. That is going to be clue number 3. And I did sneakily look ahead, as per the usual. I hadn't looked at it last night, but I did look at it today, and I saw that there is some brioche. Yay! So we finally got some brioche for this Shawlography Mystery Knit-Along. And I think there's actually 2 versions. There's, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't downloaded it but to read it, but I think there's 2 versions. He usually gives a brioche alternative for those who don't want to knit brioche. I'm obviously going to do brioche because I love it, but I think there's an alternative that also looks really, really cool. So yeah, I'm curious to see what that would look like in my yarn. I think it's in the same colors, but I'm going to do the brioche because I love brioche and I've been waiting for it. So we'll do that. I have been getting some comments though about brioche that a lot of people are nervous about it, a lot of people are scared of it, and And in my opinion, you don't really need to be. I love brioche, and so I had the thought that I would do a bit of video footage of me doing my brioche, and you can kind of see how I do it. And it's not going to be anything that's going to be teaching you how to do brioche, obviously, because not the best teacher, but you can kind of see how I do it and maybe get some inspiration from there. I do have to warn you all, though, if you're going to watch a little bit of footage of me doing the brioche section, that I am what my mother has coined a continental thrower. So I knit a little bit funny. So I knit continental style, but I throw my yarn on the left hand. So it looks a little bit different. It looks kind of funny, but I'm not really worried about it. I just think that if you're knitting and you love it and it's comfortable while you're doing it, then hey, it's who's to say it's wrong. So that's how I knit. So just know that when you're watching me knit in these next few bits of footage that I'll put in here, that yeah, I am a continental thrower. So that's the term we're using for me. You heard it here first. That is the term my mother coined. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I did share the update on my sock already. I haven't picked the sock up yet today. I'll probably pick it up a little bit later, but I haven't picked the sock up yet today, and it's still at the same place, so it's still right here. But you can see it better in this lighting. I love it. I'm having some issues with this. This is, for those wondering, I'm doing the sock on the magic loop method, which is probably one of my favorite methods. I'm having some trouble with the cord. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's like, ugh, and I can't get it to like straighten out, and I don't really know what to do about that. This is an Addy Turbo needle, and if anyone knows how to like straighten out the needle or do something with that, I don't know. If anyone can help me out and let me know how to do that, that would be awesome. Because it's just getting in the way, and I'm just tired of it, and I just so part of the reason I actually haven't picked up my socks is because I'm just tired of dealing with this, and I would like not to. So if anybody has some ideas, drop me a line, let me know. I would love to hear it. Anyway, so that's my short update for right now. Plan of action for the rest of the night is that I am going to start on section, I don't know what section it is, probably section 10, but clue number 3. I'm going to start on clue number 3 of the Westnitz Mystery Knit Along, and then hopefully do a little bit of brioche, and I'll put some video footage of me doing brioche. Hopefully that turns out well and you guys can see it. And then that's probably it. I don't really have a lot of plans for tonight, so I'll probably pick up my sock later. So that's the plan of action tonight, and I will check back in with you all later. Okay? Hello, I am back. Hopefully you guys can hear me really good. I wanted to film a quick outro. So hopefully you guys saw a little bit of footage of me doing the brioche. You didn't see it, but I had dropped a stitch in my brioche knitting, and I wish I would have filmed me fixing that because it would have been cool to see. I did fix it though, and everything is good, but I did drop a stitch, so yeah. So even though I like brioche, sometimes things can go wrong. But anyway, I wanted to film a quick outro and show you guys where I'm ending today at, or ending this video, I should say. So I have finished clue number 2 finally, and have moved on to clue number 3. Clue number 3 has 2 options. It has the brioche option and it's called mesh eyelets option. I just have it here on my iPad. So the mesh eyelets option is no brioche. I did see a picture of the mesh eyelets and they're really, really pretty, but I've decided to go with the brioche option. So for me, I'm working on section 10, which is the brioche option, and I'm actually almost done. There's only, let's see, there's only 5 rows of brioche, which doesn't sound like a lot, but since you have to do brioche, since 1 row in brioche takes 2 colors, so you have to do your whole row twice, basically, it still is a lot. Let me just show you guys where I'm ending this video at. So the last time I left you, I had just finished these wedges here, these what are they called, short row wedges in section 9, and I have now moved on to section 10, which is the brioche option. So here you can see my brioche. I am using the dark gray color, which is color B for me, and I'm using the light lime green or neon green color, which for me is color A. So I'm using these 2, and you can see what it's turning up like here. So you've got the color B in the, what do you call that? Yeah, color B is the foreground color, which is in the front here. This is the right side. And color A is the background color, which is in the back here. So brioche is reversible. So when you do something that's strictly brioche, it's reversible, and you can see it on the other side really, really well. So this is the back side here, which shows the neon, and the foreground here, which shows the dark gray, which in the grand scheme of things, I really like the dark gray there on my shawl. Anyway, it looks pretty cool. So yeah, so that's where I'm ending this video at. I've started here. I've done a good amount of knitting in the brioche. That's mainly because I like the brioche. Right now I have 430, I think I have 433 stitches on the needles, because I still have 1 more row to do of the brioche knitting, and by the time I finish the brioche rows, I will have 435 stitches on the needles. So it is taking me a bit of time to do the rows now, because it's quite large now. It's not going to fit fully in frame, but it's quite large now, as you can see, and it's going to take, there's no way at this point that I can stretch it out good to show you all, but yeah, this is where I'm ending at. I think the brioche option is turning up really, really nice, at least on my shawl. It's turning up really good. I do want to use that dark purple again, that dark purple that I used back here in section 7 with the triangles. I do want to use that again somewhere at some point. I'm not sure where, actually, but I know the next section, which is section 11, which is the end of clue number 3, it looks like. There's only section 11 on the back here. It's called Crisscross, and I did look up and see what that looks like. And they look pretty cool, and I don't know if I want to use, I haven't decided yet if I want to use the dark purple for the crisscross section, or if I want to use what color it calls for, which is color C, which for me, color C would be this gray. Color C is just this gray here. So I don't know if I want to use that C or if I want to use the dark purple. I'm thinking I might use the dark purple because the dark purple is showing up in just various places. Randomly I'm putting it, and it's showing up really, really cool. So yeah, so that's where I'm at right now with the Shawlography Mystery Knit Along. Things are going well there. Let's see, I'm having trouble stretching it out and taking proper pictures. Like I said, I don't know how people are doing that, but I'm going to try to do that at some point if I finish clue number 3, which it's looking like I might finish clue number 3 here in the next few days. It's not going to be like clue number 2 where I don't finish it before the next clue comes out. I think I'll finish it pretty quickly. Yeah, and I think he probably gave us a week to do clue number 3 because there is that brioche option, and a lot of people are scared of brioche and take a little bit of time to try it, and it takes them a little bit longer, which is totally understandable. So that's probably why there's only 2 sections in this clue number 3, is because there was a brioche option. So Stephen West is probably just being really nice. But for me, I love brioche and I do it quite quickly, as you can probably see in my footage of me doing brioche. And so it's not going to take me very long to finish up these brioche rows. Like I said, I only have 1 more row to do. And then I'll be done with the brioche section, and I'll move on to section 11, which is the crisscross section, and I'm thinking I'll probably use the purple for that crisscross, but yeah, so that is where I'm ending this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will pick up my spooky sock as well later today. I didn't pick it up yet, so it's literally still at the same place as it was last night and the day before. It's just, I'm just here, ready to break for the heel, and yeah. Part of the reason I haven't picked it up is because I still have this curling action happening, and it's really, really irritating. Anyway, but that's where I'm at. Plan of action is finish the brioche section. I'm not going to move on to the crisscross today. I'll probably do that tomorrow. But I am going to spend the rest of the day working on these socks, see how far I can get with these spooky socks. And yeah, that's about it. So that's about it for this video. Thank you again for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm loving all the comments that I've been getting, and a lot of people have found me, I'm sure, through the Shawlography Mystery Knit Along, and it's been just a lot of fun for me so far. So hopefully you guys are having fun with it. I wish you luck with the brioche option. If you've never done it before and you're trying it, good luck with it. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you again for watching. Have a wonderful day. Happy knitting.